could you?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sunday's live show here on youtube.com/ImprovGaming. We're usually on Facebook. We're usually on Twitch. But you know what?
Some technical difficulties.
But we're getting there. Don't you worry.
We're trying to figure it out.
Next week, we'll be back up and running.
There's gonna be a lot of stuff going on in the background, ladies and gentlemen. Do not mind the chaos, because there will be chaos.
Always chaos with us.
I assure you, there will be chaos.
Just making sure we're going over here.
Bit of craziness right before the show, Pete.
Always.
I apologize for my uncharacteristic outburst.
Uncharacteristic outburst. I like that. No.
We haven't done a legit live show
3 weeks.
In 3 weeks, right?
Yep.
Right.
We had E3 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, which was a live show. To be fair.
Yeah.
It was live coverage. Then the week after was that Mother's Day?
Father's Day.
Was Father's Day?
Yes. Mother's Day is in May, Nick.
Oh, okay. Good to know, Pete.
And then, of course, last week I had a birthday celebration.
Yes, you had a thing going on. So we've been kind of AWOL for quite some time, haven't we?
Quite some time. So I think we're good here. I'm just going to double check and not blow my ears out.
I'm wondering if we're up and running.
It says we're live.
We are live.
Ladies
and gentlemen, welcome back to a live broadcast of Improv Gaming. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by the host with the most, Mr. I'm Wondering himself, with the Kango cap in tow. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to reintroduce Mr. Peter Anderson.
As I live and breathe.
As he lives and breathes.
I didn't open the show with that. I'm very upset with
I'm very upset with you too, sir.
I was trying to fix
We had a formula going here.
We did. Oh, I totally messed up this whole formula. Just you wait and see. As always, I'm joined with the best ponytail in the business.
It's fabulous.
It's Mr. Nicholas De Jesus.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen?
So we are Improv Gaming. We're going to give you the ring roll. We're going to tell you
it's
all
okay,
about
Pete. I don't only do anything. That's all right.
Fair enough. Of course, we have Improv Plays. If you're not familiar with it, you come and friend us on Improv Plays. We play games with you. Tekken 7, Injustice, whatever you feel like. You can add me on PSN at C Charisma. He's over at Profcot on PSN. And also, I'm at Improv153 over on Xbox and Switch. You know, we're not going to deal with that because that's friend ID is way too much.
Was that how dark I got at the beach today?
Yeah.
That's how dark I am from the beach today?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. I came in, I almost said something. I was like, no, let's have him figure it out.
Wow. That's one day in the sun. Well, to be fair, today was a particularly sunny day.
Yeah, it was.
And I haven't gotten out in the sun like that in a very long time.
Did you put sunscreen on?
No, I did not. That's why my shoulders hurt very badly. Don't
so
touch them, you son of a bitch.
So, of course, we are Improv Gaming. We come to you live every Sunday on youtube.com/ImprovGaming, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also bring you Tuesday and Thursday little 15 to 20-minute game chunks about topics you want to talk about. The Sunday show, a little bit more outlandish, a little bit more craziness.
We get very crazy on Sundays.
Yes,
Let me tell you about Sundays here at the House of Gaming, the house of Hoops.
The House of Hoops.
We get insane. We don't even. Sometimes we don't even talk about video games.
Never.
I kind of have a feeling in your eyes that we're not talking about video games this week.
No.
Okay.
So, if you're not familiar, Sunday's live show, we do top news stories of the week, topic of the show, new releases, and if you stay tuned, we got some new surprises in the works.
Holy shit! Did I not tell you? It gets crazy, dude. I don't know if I like this darker Nick, this sun-dried Nick,
this sun-dried tomato. So, Nick, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? Interesting you ask. I revisited Prey.
Did you now?
Yeah.
Still good?
Still not a fan.
Still not a fan.
Did about 5 more minutes.
And then you were done again?
Yeah, I was like, this is not going to work. This is not going to work.
That's great.
So actually what I have been doing in recent times, it's all right, Jen. You can make as much noise as possible. That's fine. We already told them it's going to be crazy this week.
Absolutely insane.
It's going to be insane.
I love how she's still trying to be so
still
quiet.
Like trying to sneak around. Jen, they know you exist. They
You're on the show, for God's sakes.
What I have been doing though, my sister went out to Virginia to visit our mother, but my mother out there has a first generation PlayStation 3.
Ooh.
So my sister wanted to grab it and take it with her. Unfortunately, the controller turned on, but the buttons didn't work. Whereas my controllers don't turn on, and I know full well that the buttons do work. So I pulled the batteries out of all my controllers. I'm going to take them up to her, and I'm gonna grab the batteries from inside her controller, put it inside of my controllers, and then that way.
We have a nice little PS4. Ooh.
PS3.
PS3, sorry.
Because my PS3, I don't even touch it anymore. I actually can operate my PS3 through my remote control because it has that communication with the television thing going on. So I don't even need the controllers, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
So what else?
I played Minecraft also on the Switch.
Good?
Yeah, it's been fine. I actually took the Switch over to Jen's house the other day. I showed her little sister Minecraft on the Switch, so her little sister was building some stuff for me on Minecraft. I showed her a bunch of redstone contraptions that I made, and she was just like, holy crap. So apparently she did not realize exactly how much Minecraft means to me. She thought that she was introducing me to Minecraft.
And you're like, no.
Allow me to show you some shit.
So do you like it on the Switch?
It's neither here or there. I mean, it's a low-res, low-graphic kind of thing, right?
Okay.
Like, who cares? I also played Friday the 13th.
What a great idea for topic of the show. Let's jump into topic of the show, Nick. Topic of the show is all about Friday.
Did you know that I played that, and
Yes,
that's why you were
did.
trying to go there?
BT Dub, I've been playing Evil Within. It's all right. I'll give you my thoughts right after this. But talk to us about topic of the show. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Now, I've heard some things.
Some negative things or some positive things?
Both.
Both?
I hear it's very...
Why do you keep on looking over there? Did you talk to her about the positive and negatives?
No.
Yeah, you did.
I never talked to her about anything.
Yeah.
That is a lie.
Did you
No.
speak with Jen about?
No.
Because she played with me.
Yeah, I know.
Then you did speak to Jen.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Jen, can we get confirmation? Did I speak to you?
Then
Jen
how do
is
you
saying no.
Then how do you know that Jen played alongside
I don't
me?
know if you know this, Nick. On PlayStation, it shows the game you're playing.
Yes.
And one day I saw a Prof Cop playing Friday the 13th, the game. And I remember you in a past episode. You can check that out here on the channel. Where you're like, do you know, Jen's a big fan of Friday the 13th. I picked it up because it's something we can play together. So when you started playing it, I was like, I'm thinking that last Sunday when he played Friday the 13th, he was playing with Jen. Am I right, Nick?
And Jen posted it on Facebook apparently.
Did she?
Well, apparently she did. I'm getting confirmation here from my news sources, undisclosed news sources.
So you played Friday the 13th.
So I played Friday.
Sure.
So I played Friday the 13th.
And so did Jen.
And so did Jen.
Different reactions, same reactions. Jen can always mimic off camera what she thought about the game.
So I play. I kind of get in, right. I can't get into the servers. It booted me out a couple of times. It seems like they're doing the whole like one person hosts and everybody, and everybody's kind of on their system. And the problem with that is if the host has bad connection everybody lags, right? And there's no real sense of community. I want to say, from what I could tell. I mean, I only played like 2 or 3 rounds. Or 4 rounds, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 rounds maybe, in the game, and it just didn't seem like there was any cohesion, or there hasn't been any like in a lot of online communities, it's always like, all right, we know exactly what to do right now, whereas everybody was just kind of just sitting around, fucking around. They weren't like, okay, we're all ready, like everybody, presses
ready
the
up
option,
and you're
and ready up, and then you go 100%. Right in. Everybody was just waiting for the timer to clock, and everybody's like hinting at the people that aren't ready, like switching back and forth from ready to ready. So I was just like, this is absolutely ridiculous. We finally get so that the community right now, I guess, needs a little bit of work. Okay, sure, whatever. We get in. Game is massively clunky. Terribly clunky, just clunky. Like it just felt like your character was a tank, just trying to maneuver, or a boat, even better. Just trying to maneuver around the area was difficult. The collision detection was terrible. One thing that really kind of irritated me, if you have a gun and you go to aim, you can't move. You stand still. I was like, because nobody can move and shoot Jason, right? Like, nobody can run and shoot at Jason. That's not a thing that would happen ever. Is it? Like, if there's a homicidal fucking, like, extra dimensional fucking like supernatural being coming after you that regenerates his health and comes back from the dead to slaughter all your friends, you're just gonna stand there and shoot him? I doubt it. You're gonna run and gun, I would think. So there's a lot.
Not if you're camp counselors.
Yeah, not if you're camp counselors that just like I got a flare gun.
Okay.
All the camp counselors got up in one space. We all kind of like convened in this one barn, and then Jason shows up, and you can customize your Jason. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
So to
different Halloween.
yeah.
Different mask.
Yeah, and it's not like, oh, it's all within the same universe. It's all within like the Jason universe. Like you can do like Jason X and shit like that. It's, hey, you want to be a purple Jason? You can be a purple Jason. So to our surprise, this big purple thing runs out in front of the barn door, right? And we're just like, what the fuck is that, right? Jen and I just look at each other like, is that? I think that's Jason. I'm pretty sure that's Jason. That big purple thing with the blue mask. I'm
Are you sure it wasn't Barney?
I was not sure at first. So I was like, hey, let me go see if he'll give me a hug. So all the counselors like dart past Jason.
And you're
right?
going up being like, I want a hug.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, well, they're all getting around him, so let me see if I can get around him. So I try to dart past, and he caught me, cracked my neck, and that was the end of that. Then load screen, and then it says that I was chosen to be some dude, so I get back into the game, and I've got a shotgun now and a cowboy hat. And I was like, all right, cool. Now I can shoot Jason. So I pulled out the gun, and I was like, I tested out with the flare gun, like, can I move? I was like, oh, well, it's a flare gun. You don't usually move while you're shooting a flare gun. That makes sense. So I pulled out the shotgun, and I was like, you really just can't move when you're about to shoot Jason. Like, you got to stand still. Okay, sure, whatever. So I'm running around trying to look for somebody, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, so I've got a shotgun. I'm probably the guy that saves the day, it seems like, because I've been chosen to be this character or whatever it is. I don't know who the character is. I don't think Jen really realized who the character was because she probably doesn't know names. She probably like more recognizes faces. And let me tell you something. Faces are unrecognizable except for Jason because that's the only character you really give a shit about.
The game is Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not Jason.
Yeah.
It's Friday the 13th. So, anyway, I'm running around, right? And then I'm at a room or some shit like that. And I just kind of turn around and boom, there's Jason. Pop, cat caught me, cracked my neck. Then Jen plays for a little while, and she didn't understand what I was talking about when I said that the game was clunky. She plays and she's like, "Holy shit, you're right. It is. It just feels clunky. Like you just can't maneuver. Like if you were a camp counselor doing all this physical activity all summer, you'd think you'd be able to move a little bit, but it just wasn't working out."
I'll take a thumbs up, thumbs down, or thumb in between for Jen's response when she gets a check. Jen thinks it's Okay. So it's interesting because I was talking to my boy today at work, and he was like, "Oh, I'm really interested in getting Friday the 13th. Would you be down?" And I believe it's $40 on.
Yeah. It's not an expensive game. It's not an expensive game, and it's an indie game. Yeah. Let me allow me to qualify my review. It is an indie game, so I understood a lot of the problems with it. Yeah. So allow me to qualify that, right? This isn't a major developer that decided to bring Friday the 13th to an online multiplayer. This is an indie development team, probably short-staffed, trying to do something awesome that they thought would be cool. And in theory, it was cool. On paper, it sounds cool, but
the delivery
the delivery of it, the execution of it. Now, I can't wait to see updates to it.
Yeah, that was my next question is if they keep helping out the game, doing updates and stuff, do you think it will be a game that people want to play?
My problem is the Destiny problem, right? You only have so long before people get tired of dealing with the mess that you've given them, right? And I'm not trying to discredit the team that worked on Friday the 13th. I think that they did a good job with what they had, but I want to see some more development. I want to see this get upgraded because it should be a phenomenal game. 100%. I feel like any AAA developer would have fucking loved the opportunity to bring Friday the 13th to fruition, especially in this kind of delivery. This mode of delivery was a phenomenal idea, right? The what's that game? Evolve, right? Like it's the Evolve game mechanic, right? Yeah. It's one player that versus the rest. So
and you have that one character being a little bit more overpowered,
Yeah.
and like he's
So-
easily taken
so
down.
this was the perfect way to go about bringing about Jason, because you have the camp counselors all outnumber Jason, but does that really matter
Yep.
when it comes to who Jason is and what he's able to accomplish? So yeah, I mean, if they develop it and they fine tune a lot of the details, then I could see it. But I mean, they would have to really, they might have to rebuild the game. Like a Friday the 13th 2 would have to, because then you have to rebuild the skeletons of the characters. You'd have to update all that stuff and get the characters. The skeletons right now move very rigidly. You know, the facial skeletons, that they used for facial animations. I don't even think that they use many facial animations. But you know, character animation and moving, it's a very rigid. There's nothing like, there's no flow to it. It's very back and forth. You know, it's just one direction suits all. So like the knees the knees are in one direction when they run. Like the legs move in unison when they run. It's not a very in-depth like Devil May Cry where like he's moving around, you see his arms in different, it's just 100%. Very like this, so the skeletons would have to be reworked dramatically, and I don't know if they could patch stuff like that. I'm not sure. I'm not in the business in that sense.
Few questions I got for you.
Okay.
Did you play as Jason?
No, I did not get a chance to play as Jason. I was hoping to. So cool thing about Jason, because I did a little looking around, he has some abilities that he's able to kind of make him match everybody else, right? He can't run like the counselors can.
Nope.
But the counselors have stamina gauges, so they can't run forever. But Jason can teleport, which doesn't make sense because I've never seen Jason teleport. But at the same time, how do you run away from Jason in the movies and then he's in front of you? How do you figure that out? That's because maybe he can teleport.
Movie magic.
You know, that movie magic they're using as a teleport feature. He also has I can't remember some of the other stuff.
Now I know when it's getting closer to the end of the match and like there's still counselors alive, he goes into like rage mode where he could just bust through a door even though if it's locked or
I think he can.
Yeah.
I believe he can, but I didn't see anybody doing it. What I did see was people abusing glitches in the system. So it was kind of tough for me to gauge like what 100%. Jason was really capable of. But when I was looking at his abilities, it was like, oh wow, that's cool. He can do a bunch of this, and like your characters, your camp counselors can do a couple of different things as well.
Do you see yourself coming back to this game?
Absolutely not. Number one, I'm not a huge fan of online multiplayer. I think you guys all know that. Number two, the community does not seem as strong as it should be. Especially being that this is a classic horror genre. Okay. I was expecting a little bit more from that community, especially that community of gamers. You know, that cross-section between classic horror and gamers. I was expecting a little bit more community inside of that kind of universe. So there wasn't much talking to each other. There wasn't a lot so the community just isn't there, for me at least. I don't like online multiplayer, so that's a negative for me. The game is clunky, so that's a negative for me. I don't know how they're going to be able to fix that kind of clunkiness with the characters specifically.
Would you recommend this game to people, or wait for it to be on sale?
I would recommend it to anybody that is a classic horror genre fan.
Okay.
Right? It's just a cool thing to have. You know what I'm saying? If you're the type of person that's collecting like Nightmare on Elm Street memorabilia, and you have like Child's Play memorabilia and Friday the 13th memorabilia, get this game because you can just add it to your collection. It's just something cool to have. And what I would like them to do is do a split screen co-op type of thing. Something along those lines with bots controlling the rest of the counselors or bots controlling Jason. You know, something along those lines. I would like something like that because then you can really enjoy it with somebody that you know appreciates that stuff. You know, I don't know who these people are and whether or not they actually appreciate it. Yeah. You know, they could just be only gamers that just want to glitch the system. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yep. Whereas somebody that's playing it because of their passion for classic horror might play it like, okay, I understand that I can break that rule, but maybe let me just stick to the confines of the rule to get the full experience of the game because that's the way it's intended to be played.
Let us know in the comments if you have played Friday the 13th and if you have other thoughts or you want to add on to Nick's. Also, remember those comments. They might come back.
Yeah, That's a good hint. I was actually going to talk to you about something like that, but nice. Let me know in the comments below if there's something I missed about this game, because I really wanted to love this game. You know, I really wanted to love it like unconditionally. It's okay. It's not great. It's not phenomenal. But let me know if there's something I missed, because there very well might be. I didn't play it for very long, mind you. You know, that's another thing. I didn't play it for very long, so let me know if there is something that maybe I missed or maybe I'm not seeing in the game, because I'm really interested to see other people's perspective to find out what it might have been.
So I'm playing Evil Within.
How is it?
It's good.
Evil Within the original?
Yes.
Because 2 was just announced, and that doesn't mean it's out.
October 13th it comes out this year. But I wanted to go back and play because I have a little bit backlog, and I was like, you know, I wanted to play Wolfenstein Newer, which I played. I enjoyed. I understand. It's a good game. Is it great? No. It's a good game. Am I excited for the second one? Sure. Are there more games I want to play on that date, like Mario Odyssey and Assassin's Creed? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I jumped into Evil Within saying, you know, I've heard this is old school, back to like the Resident Evil, but a little bit more updated. And the beginning was fantastic. I enjoyed the beginning very much.
Okay.
And now I'm in about chapter 6. There's 15 chapters. And I'm like, okay, it's not bad, but it hasn't drawn me in.
Okay. Has it lost its like scare factor or its wow at all, or?
Well, let me just say that the game, I believe, came out in 2013, very dated. You could tell that this is 2013 graphics. And not saying that we're graphics whores here, but playing the Horizons, the Zeldas, and all these big games, even Wolfenstein, I was like, these are gorgeous games. And to see,
was
like,
Evil Within a PlayStation 4 title? Or a PlayStation 3 title?
PlayStation 3 and 4.
Oh, okay.
But it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, gray and black, and just not very in depth with the colors. Like, I just got to like the outside where it's a little bit more, but it's still very like dark and ominous, which I understand. But the nice thing with like Resident Evil or something, it also had, like Resident Evil 4 especially, it had those mixtures where you were going down a dark corridor, but it had lights, it had things going on.
Mm-hmm.
This I haven't gotten to yet. I just picked up a sniper rifle and I'm like, cool. Like, the game has it brought me in 100% in the beginning. I was like, wow, this game's going to be great. And it's slowly losing me. Of course, I'll give you my full thoughts when I finish. But right now, it's good.
You like colors. I've started to realize that. You're huge on colors.
That's it. That's impossible. Inside and Limbo are one of my favorite games.
No, but the use of colors and the contrast between them, when everything's all dark and gray or green or stuff like that, you're not a fan. But when there's a big enough contrast between them to make it stylized, you start to become a fan. I've started to notice that, sir.
Oh.
I've started to kind of notice that. Like, I feel like the original Metal Gear Solid, you would have never liked. The PlayStation 1 Metal Gear Solid, because it was all the same color, basically. Like, the entire game was all the same color except for like the end where you go into a red room, a blue room, and a gray room.
Spoilers.
I'm sure they know the end. I mean, if you don't, then it's only because you stop paying attention to the story in the beginning.
That's true.
But yeah, I've started to notice like I think you're like, for example, when I say this, don't get a boner, but Witcher, Wild Hunt, colorful game, very colorful game. But Horizon Zero Dawn, very colorful game. Zelda, you appreciate it. You're not saying that it's your best, but you appreciate it. Very colorful game. You know, even Limbo and Inside. I don't know what's going on with your stuff. Did you even plug it in? Did you like just plug it into the wrong socket?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Limbo and Inside, the use of colors is very important. Even a game like Red on the Wii, the use of color was very important in that. You get what I'm saying? So I think that you're a huge fan in the proper usage of colors. When it becomes dark gray and muddy, I feel like you get lost.
There's colors. It's not. You know what I was hoping for, and I'll be honest. It's reminding me a lot of Resident Evil 4. Okay. And I love the hell out of Resident Evil 4. But it's not grabbing me the way that Resident Evil 4 did. The story is messy, to say the least, for right now. Like, I'm like, okay, cool, you're alive, but you want to kill yourself? No, you're not going to kill yourself. Wait, are you infected? No, you're fine. Like, the game is very, you know me, I'm a very big story person. People know that on the show. So it's very interesting to see this game where I'm like, you know, at least Resident Evil 4, I got the idea. You're saving the president's daughter. Cool. Got you. I'm on board. Let's go. This, it's like you're a detective and then all your people are gone, but you're finding them. Then there's this insane asylum patient that you're trying to find. I found the doctor in chapter 3. Now the doctor's gone. Like, just very like, I'm like.
It's all over the place.
I need time.
Okay.
I need more time.
Okay. All right. Well, another note on that, just to kind of play devil's advocate over here. Whenever a company or a publisher goes into a new IP, they tend to limit the resources that are put there, which means a limited color palette, limited storytelling. You know, it's more about it's more going to be about the gameplay. And let's see if this gameplay can work, because no matter what you do with the rest of it, like if you have a good story, then you can have. If you have a shitty story, the next one can be a good story.
Yeah.
We can make it a good story. But if the gameplay isn't right, then we can't do anything about that. So let's see if the gameplay can get right. And that's probably why Evil Within got a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Praise. I don't know why I was looking for that word. Something's wrong with me. Terribly wrong with me, ladies and gentlemen.
Always.
Always. But...
You lost your thought, didn't you? You just look at the camera like that, because that's attractive look right there. No,
but what were your thoughts on the gameplay of the game? How does the game play itself?
It's like Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, it feels just like Resident Evil 4.
You go for the headshot, he goes down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you go for the knees, they'll stumble.
Is it smooth? Like, is it a clean kind of thing? Is it clunky like Resident Evil?
It's clunky like Resident Evil. Like, it's so, like, if you play this game and you put them, you're like, damn, I could see where they're getting the ideas from. It's just, like, I like atmosphere. Like, the beginning chapter, this doesn't spoil a lot, but, like, you're going through this room and then these spikes are coming towards you and you're like, and it's basically, like, timed and you finally get through it. And it's just very cool how it, and there's no big moments like that anymore. It's just like, all right, go in this corridor, do, you're done. Like, the last boss I faced was I had to light this monster on fire like 7 times. I was like, all right, like, that's cool, but it's just it's I need more time.
What about like collectibles and stuff like that? Because some of these games are also very much about the collectibles. Like the narration really happens through the collectibles sometimes.
The collectibles are cool, and the fact is, if you find it and you break the statue, which is the collectible, you get a key. That key you could take back, because there's 2 dimensions. There's like the insane asylum and the real world, and you transform through the mirror to go there. So that's where you update your abilities, you save your game, you do all this stuff. But if you do collectibles, you are able to go in the back, and there's these whole bunch of like locks and safes, and each key will unlock it. And like, I just unlocked one and I got shotgun ammo, you know? It's nothing like crazy, but it's like, hey, if you find this, we'll help you along by giving you handgun ammo, shotgun ammo. It's just, I don't know. I wanted Resident Evil 4, and I guess maybe for me, sour grapes, that I'm not getting it. It didn't give me that, oh my God, I can't wait. But my thought process is this, and I don't know what your thoughts are. I'm going to play Evil Within, and then right after, I'm going to go right into Resident Evil 4 and see if Resident Evil 4 relives to how I remember it.
Okay.
Because that might be a thing where I'm like, what?
Maybe you're being overly generous with Resident Evil 4 is what you're saying.
So maybe it would be interesting to replay it and see if, did I lose myself there? Or am I still? So it's going to be interesting.
Gotcha.
I'll let you guys know.
Little fanboyism happening?
I don't think so. I don't know. Nick, we have 11 items for the top news stories.
11 items. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what that is? A farmer's acre.
A farmer's acre indeed, Nick. Number 1.
Number 1.
Lawbreakers developers Boss Key Games, also known from Clint Brzezinski of Gears of War, have teamed up with a Limited Run Games for a physical release of its upcoming shooter. The Collector's Edition and Standard Edition will be released this August on PC and PS4. Both versions will include the Abandoned Journal, 2 character card packs, 1 for each faction, an exclusive Lawbreaker sticker set, postcards, and an individual numbered box. This a $70 Collector's Edition will be identical on both platforms, with one exception. The PC version comes with a digital deluxe Steam code, while the PlayStation 4 edition will include a physical copy. Now, the PC Collector's Edition are available for pre-orders now on Limited Run's website, but it closes on July 7th. There's no limit to the PC version. They will make on what the demand is. However, for the PlayStation 4 collection, you can pre-order on August 4th. They are limited to 2,500 units. Now, if you can't get your hands on the collector's edition, or if it's just not for you, you could snag a physical copy for the PS4, which is limited to 5,000.
5,000.
5,000 of them. If you don't know what Lawbreakers is, it is a team-based FPS shooter with a standard cooperative shooter, but with gravity-defying tricks.
Yes.
Craziness.
It's actually very good looking.
Yeah. Fast-paced game featuring 2 factions, 9 different classes, diverse combat abilities, and the option to demolish the competitive from the ground or the air.
Yeah.
Lawbreakers is available on PC and PS4 August 8th, but if you can't wait to get your hands on it, if you have a PC, you can play it for a beta right now on Steam.
Yeah, it actually looks very, very fun.
I'm very excited.
It looks very fun. Although I'm not an online multiplayer guy, so sucks to be me.
Exactly. Number 2. Hey, you want DLC for Andromeda single player?
No, you're not getting it.
You're not getting it.
You're not getting it.
You're not.
You're not. You're not. Hey, congratulations to that season pass, asshole.
Number 3.
Was that good enough?
Yeah.
Was that enough?
I think that was perfect. Number 3.
Number 3.
The first expansion for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is now available on Switch and the Wii U.
Have you played it?
Can I finish?
Have you played it?
No.
No, neither have I. Weird, right?
The Master Trial DLC pack can only be purchased as a part of the game. $20 expansion pack, which takes up to space on your Switch. It's not that much. You don't need a micro SD card yet. Don't worry. Along with the harder difficulty mode, the Master Trials introduces an assortment of new costumes, such as the Tingle outfit, the
Majora's Mask,
the Phantom armor, Majora's Mask, and other stuff like that. So very cool.
Interesting little tidbit. Former friend of the show, Mr. Bird.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Posted on Facebook. He took out Ganon with Majora's Mask.
Very cool.
Yeah, he was very happy about that. He loves Majora's Mask.
He really
does.
The most significant addition, however, is the Trial of the Sword.
Yes, makes your Master Sword unbreakable.
This is a 45-room challenge tasked players with battling through a series of increasingly difficult encounters. You begin the trial without any armor or equipment. You can only fight using the weapons you acquire during the challenges. Completing the Trials of the Sword will let players wield the Master Sword in its fully powered update state. Very cool.
Very nice.
I'm going to play it.
I'll probably play it, but
because
I don't know
I'm more
when.
intrigued for the story mode coming out this holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really, just nothing else matters to me. Number 4. A game that is promised the world's fastest platinum trophy. I don't know if you know, guys. I platinumed Tekken 7 a couple weeks ago. No big deal. I've also platinumed Horizon Zero Dawn. Not a big thing. I'm just doing me, you know. About to.
What do you need? 4 more to catch up to J Rush?
Yeah, pretty much. That's going to be my crowning achievement. I'm just going to text him and be like, I beat you. So the game, which promised the fastest platinum trophy, has been pulled from the PlayStation Store.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
According to the title's creator, 5-star, 1,000, top-rated tile sliding puzzle game, whose developer says that you can earn the platinum trophy in under 20 minutes. Now, Sony has apparently pulled the game from the PSN. The game's creator, Top Rated, slated that has pulled the game temporarily and asked to change the game's name and not to mention the trophies in the story's trailer. So what they were doing is basically in the trailer of this game saying...
Oh, they were saying you can get a platinum in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that was a selling point for the game.
Yes.
Gotcha.
The developer says it's happy to comply, but it doesn't know when the game will live once again.
Gotcha.
The title is a simple puzzle game that cost 98 cents.
Uh-huh.
So no wonder everybody was jumping on this free platinum.
Yeah.
When I get my platinum trophy, guys, I do it with honor and respect.
No, you don't. You probably got the third one off of this.
No. So it was easily designed to offer you an easy platinum trophy.
Gotcha.
It is unclear if the platinum trophy will remain for the game's title return to PlayStation Store.
No, I guess to PlayStation's credit, right? They're saying, well, you can't advertise how quick it is to get a platinum, right? Like that's not that's just not a good business practice.
See, it upsets me with this platinum shit with PlayStation because certain games that deserve a platinum don't get one.
Mm-hmm.
What Remains of Edith Finch doesn't have a platinum.
Yeah, but that's up to the developers whether or not they get a. You get what I'm saying? Like
they just have to say to Sony, "Hey, we want to put a platinum trophy," and they're like, "Cool."
Yeah, but the developers have to throw code in there to make the platinum pop. It's up to the developers. It's entirely up to the developers as to whether or not they put a platinum trophy in there. They just have to check with Sony and say, "Hey, platinum there, platinum there, platinum there."
I want platinum trophies. Make it happen, developers. Number 5.
Number 5.
Would Nintendo ever remake any of its Super Mario games?
Yes. Why wouldn't it?
If so, it won't be what series creator Miyamoto would want, it seems. He said in an interview recently that he has no interest in remaking any of the past Super Mario games. He wants to look forward and said, quote, "I don't really feel like I want to remake any of them," end quote. It's more natural to always create new mechanics and new games.
Like Mario rolling around like Sonic?
Mm-hmm.
Like that new mechanic? I'm sorry, all you fanboys. Mario rolls around like Sonic.
Super Mario Remake are not totally new for Nintendo, as the DS game Super Mario DS was a remake of sorts of the N64 title.
Mm-hmm.
The next Mario game is Mario Odyssey, which launches October 17th. Cannot wait for the Nintendo Switch. Miyamoto has previously talked about how the game is a little more on the core side for the Super Mario franchise. The game is more in the vein of Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine, in a way instead of more casual focused like the Galaxy series.
Okay.
So I want to play this game today, Nick. I want to play this game. Mm-hmm. This is easily, I could show you after the show. What I did, guys, is every year for the holiday season, and you've seen this, I date every game that I'm interested in. However, this year, I decided to star the most anticipated game. So 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 star. Mm-hmm. So something like Destiny 2, 2 stars. Because I'm interested, but I'm not thrilled.
Okay.
South Park, 3 stars.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed, 3 stars.
No, look, I wanna play Assassin's Creed and I want it to be good, but I don't want to play Assassin's Creed because I know it's gonna suck. Because it's gonna be the same fucking problems that I have with it. It's not gonna be the same problems. I don't think it's gonna be the same problems that the community has with it or that gamers have with it. But the same problems that I have with it are not gonna be resolved. The same problems that were cited as the reason why the community didn't want to play the game anymore are not going to be solved, but they're going to try to subvert it by saying, "Hey, now you actually are in contact with, those past future gods."
I can't wait.
That's how they're going to I fucking guarantee you, dude, they're going to subvert the whole. I mean, look, based off of what I saw in Syndicate, I have hopes, and I have positive hopes, but I have like this little part inside of me that's like, "Nah, but Ubisoft's a business, bro."
Number 6.
July's
free PlayStation Plus games have been announced, and oh my god, are they great.
Are they great? Tell me more about them.
You're not going to like one, but the most notable one is Until Dawn.
Is it really free?
Free for the month of July. Get on this, Nick.
I'm going to have to get it.
It's going to be...
That would probably be a better game for Jen to play than...
Absolutely. If Jen would ever... I would 110% recommend Until Dawn to her, because I could see her and you. Make sure you put on your PlayStation camera, because it actually, with the scares, it will record you, and I will pay to see Jen freak the fuck out. 100%. I'm not getting any evil looks, so that's a good sign. Also, Game of Thrones. Telltale's Game of Thrones free.
All right.
So if you're into it, good. It was good. It wasn't the best Telltale series, but it was good. Very happy about it. You can also get Don't Die, Mr. Robot, which is also available for Vita as well. Cross-buy. For PlayStation 3, you have Darksiders Resurrection and Tokyo Jungle. And of course, like I said before, Don't Die, Mr. Robot, and Element 4 for Vita. Vita love. I'm waiting for your PlayStation VR games to start coming in free.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Maybe.
Give it a year.
You know what's not going to take a year? Number 7.
Number 7.
I'm very excited for this.
Are you?
Indie darling Inside and Limbo are both coming to retail later in 2017 as a part of a physical double pack for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The box will include both games and some collector's items, including a limited run poster and art card, according to the bundle's publisher 505 Games. The double pack launches in launches in the US on September 12th and Europe on September 15th. Although it is unclear when it will come to other territories, it will cost $30, same price if you buy them individually on the Xbox One store or the PlayStation PSN store. Awesome. These two are 2 amazing games from Playdead. If you have not played it and you want a physical copy, 100% get into it. I cannot wait for this. $30, 2 amazing games, can't go wrong. Number 8.
Number 8.
I'm very excited for this, Nick.
You were very excited for the last one, Pete.
I am. The rest of it, except for number 9. Who cares? It's been 4 years since the release of the last Splinter Cell game.
Uh-huh.
You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I know where you're going with this.
With no indicator of what's next, E3 2017 came and went without any Splinter Cell related announcements. Mad face. But amidst all the noise, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot did provide some hope for fans. During a AMA on Reddit, Guillemot replied to a question about Splinter Cell, saying, "Splinter Cell is a brand we talk a lot about, and personally one of my favorites in the series. We don't have any specifics to share at the moment, but teams are working on different things, so stay tuned for more." It's saying there's a Splinter Cell in development.
No, he said there's nothing planned, but teams are working on stuff.
It's coming. Splinter Cell's coming. It's coming back.
No,
It's coming back.
They're all working on things. And
Nick, it's coming back.
If
Number
one
9.
of them is like, hey,
Number 9, Nick, it's coming back.
This thing that we're working on might work with Splinter Cell. They'd be like, okay, well, let's develop that.
Number 9.
You're not excited for this one, to be clear.
No, it's cool.
Okay.
It's not as good as you'll see in a second.
Number 9.
July 27 free games with gold for Xbox have been announced. Clearly not going to be as good as PlayStation. That's what I mean. But still some good games. Grow Up
That is not a good game, sir.
can get from July 1st to the 31st. And Runbow from July 16th to the 15th.
Actually, Grow Up is a good. Oh, Grow Up or Grow Home?
Grow Up.
Grow Up. I don't remember seeing that one.
And for Xbox 360, you can get Kane & Lynch 2 from July 1st to the 15th. And Lego Pirates of the Caribbean from the 16th to the 31st.
Not too bad.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Nick, we have the top 10 UK sales charts. And I pulled the UK because there's an interesting one that's number 1. Nick, what is number 1 on the top 10 UK sales charts?
It's an interesting one.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't see it coming.
Well, you could and you would.
For the past month? What is it? For the year? For the month?
For the month.
For the month of June?
Mm-hmm. What is the number 1 top selling UK sales chart number?
Breath of the Wild?
Number 1, Grand Theft Auto 5. This game has been over and out for 3.5 years and still being number 1.
Here's my problem. Here's my issue, okay?
He has an issue.
I have an issue.
Do you need an issue?
Do you want to know why I have an issue?
Why do you have an issue?
I'm wondering where they're getting the numbers to include Grand Theft Auto 5 as a top seller. Because if it's off of shark cards that you can get at any GameStop, then you're not playing a fair game. Because everybody else is basing it off of the sale of physical release titles. So you're always going to be on that top 5, top 10 list if everybody's buying shark cards. You get what I'm saying? If it's because Grand Theft Auto has chosen, or that Rockstar has chosen to release the information off of how many online transactions they've made, then yeah, they're always going to be on number 1 because they're always making online transactions. You know, other companies don't choose to reveal that information. You know, but other companies aren't successful in that realm. Rockstar is successful, so they're bragging about it. You know, it's the same reason why Xbox decided, or Microsoft decided to stop posting the results of this generation's console war. You know, because they were losing.
Well, yeah.
But Sony was still like, yeah, we just sold fucking 6 million this month. You know.
Number two.
So it's my problem with this Grand Theft Auto thing, and this is a thought that I've been having for a while. Is wait a minute, I don't think it is what we think it is, because there's no way that we're selling copies of Grand Theft Auto this late in the game. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that number one, we're selling this many copies of Grand Theft Auto, and we're outselling highly anticipated games with Grand Theft Auto. There's no way on physical copies alone. It can't be. It has to be something else. There has to be other numbers that are crunched in there.
Number two.
Number two.
A close number two.
Oh, close number two. I'm sorry. Wait.
Dirt 4.
I'm sorry. What?
Dirt 4. Number 2.
What's that? What's that now?
Number 3. FIFA 17.
Of course. Why not? In the UK, yeah, because that's where it's actually called football, right?
Number 4, Ghost Recon Wildlands. Number 5, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Number 6, Overwatch. Number 7, ARMS.
Okay.
Number 8, Horizon Zero Dawn. Number 9, Forza Horizon 3. I'm really on the cusp of buying this game, Nick.
Forza? Why?
Because I hear only the greatest fucking thing about this.
But you don't like
game.
racing games.
But I feel like it might be able to change me, but I'm not sure.
A racing game is a racing game, Pete.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't matter what it's a racing game.
And number 10, Tekken 7.
Oh, poor Pete. Number 10.
If you didn't know that, no.
It's well, it's only number 10 on the list, Pete.
Finally, number 11.
Number 11.
The Wii
This is
U.
the last one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
See, not that bad.
No, not too bad.
We have some stuff to go over. Don't you worry.
Excuse
The
me,
Wii
ladies
U
and gentlemen, I apologize.
was
That
a
very improper of me.
disappointment from sales perspective, selling just a mere 13.5
The
million
Switch, on the
system
other hand.
by Nintendo's accounts, compared to the more than 100 million for the Wii. Matching that sales level was probably never going to happen for the Wii U, but understood that the Wii U underperformed. The Nintendo Switch, though, is off to a great start,
It's outperforming the Wii.
helping Nintendo market cap surpass Sony's, which I don't know if you saw that, Nick. Nintendo surpassed Sony.
When?
And with a strong demand for a new console and new games coming out, it seems that sales figures stand to climb higher and higher. With an interview with Waypoint, Nintendo's executive, Reggie Fils-Aimé, we love Reggie, said fans can expect more enhanced versions of Wii U games coming to Switch. Following the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Pokken Tournament, DX, those games originally were released as Wii U exclusives, but the new version has more content and features, something Nintendo sounds like it will continue. So, that means, Nick, I'm going to get my Super Mario Maker for my Switch.
Yeah, probably.
I cannot wait.
I didn't doubt that for a second.
I don't doubt
I
that.
never doubted that.
Did she go downstairs?
Did she? I guess she did.
Shows how much we know.
Or maybe the mail just got dropped off or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Nick, that was top news stories of the week.
That was top news stories of the week, ladies and gentlemen. But Pete has a surprise for us, because usually this is the end of the show. But as you can tell, it's not the end of the show. Nick, she's still here.
Nick, we have a new segment we're going to be in.
We have a new segment, ladies and gentlemen,
called Throwback Gaming.
Throwback Gaming.
May I?
Yeah, sure. Let's. We might need to rethink the name of this segment.
I honestly had a worse name, I think. But
Wait. Hold on. Semi-segment. Top 3 names that you had for this segment before coming to Throwback Gaming, sir.
Throwback Gaming. Back in the day in gaming.
Okay, that's terrible.
So we might need, if you have suggestions, please let us know.
What's the third one, sir?
There was no
No,
third.
there was, those were the 2 options. I can see why you went with Throwback Gaming.
Thank you.
Like back in the day gaming. Like what? Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones.
Talking about Flintstones now. What Throwback Gaming is let me explain to you guys. We are in 2017.
We are in 2017, yes.
What we're going to do is look back at the last 25, 30 years and see what released in the week coming up. So what I mean by that is today is July 2nd if you're watching this live.
Okay.
So what has come out between July 2nd and July 8th? And we're going to reminisce about these games that came out. Like in this year, in 2000.
Where are you getting this information?
Don't worry about it.
I kind of want to know.
Crackdown 2 was available July 6th in 2010.
Oh, cool. That was my introduction to Crackdown.
Was it?
Yeah, Crackdown 2 was my introduction to Crackdown, and I absolutely loved it. I know that there's a lot of hate for Crackdown 2, but I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great game. But mind you, I was a lot younger then. But I thought it was phenomenal. I enjoyed the game. It was probably one of the only games that I really played a lot of, and I actually played I believe, to the end. And I was just, that was one of the games where I just wanted to collect all the collectibles.
Nick, what was your favorite Crackdown game?
What was the third one, sir?
What was the third one?
What was the third one, sir? 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 What was the
We have more, Nick.
Okay.
On July 2nd, in 2013, The Walking Dead 400 Days Later. Telltale. The little spin-off between season 1 and 2.
Okay.
Also on July 2nd, in 2014, Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition.
I never played that. I have it for free on the PlayStation 4 or the PS.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I never played it.
More interesting, though, we have 4 left. July 7th, 2015, Rocket League.
Oh.
So 2 years ago on the 7th, Rocket League came out.
Hey, nice. Look at that. Nice memory there.
July 6th, 2016, what came out? Pokemon Go.
The revolution that never happened.
Yep. We have 2 left, and these are some throwbacks, Nick. In July 3rd, 2007, 10 years ago, Ninja Gaiden Sigma for the PlayStation 3 first came out.
I remember that.
It was the first Ninja Gaiden to come to PlayStation 3.
Yeah, that was my ex picked that game up, and that was the first time I was able to introduce her family to, because her family was like a bunch of gamers. That was the first time I was able to introduce her family to the Ninja Gaiden series.
Ready to feel old, Nick?
Yeah, sure.
I saved the best for last.
Okay.
July 1st, 1997.
Uh-huh.
Star Fox 64.
Wow.
20 years ago, Star Fox 64 came out.
Wow. That just hurt me in the age.
So a little fun fact. So every week we're going to go take a look and see what came out. Throwback gaming might be a thing. We'll probably change it.
That's not bad.
But Nick, we have another segment on the new show.
We have another segment, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently the show isn't long enough.
Apparently not. So let me explain to you what this is. This is going to be called trivia.
Trivia?
Just trivia. Improv trivia.
You should discuss these things with me. At
Never.
least for naming.
Never.
Least for naming.
Never.
Naming purposes.
I like to keep you on your toes.
Well, you got to work on your names, Pete. You got to discuss it with somebody.
To be fair, I did not think of a name for trivia.
I just said trivia.
But what happens with improv trivia?
This is absolutely terrible.
Absolutely terrible. What we're going to do is
You're doing great, Pete. You're doing great. This is the best train wreck I've ever seen in my life.
I know. Right? Wait till you get the question, sir. So what this means is we're going to ask you a trivia question here on the show.
Okay.
What you have to do is you have to comment with the answer, be the first one to comment with the answer, and also like the video.
Okay.
To be eligible for a shout out in the air.
Okay.
So you give an answer to the question. You like the video, we'll shout your name out in the air. We'll talk all nice things about you.
And you have to be the first one to answer it.
And then maybe if you answer enough, you might get a little surprise at the end of the year.
Yep. And share your. Don't they have to subscribe, Pete?
Yeah.
They should subscribe. I think that they have to subscribe, Pete.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay. This is why you should have conversations with people about these things.
And share it if you want. The first question. Where is the whip in the Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks?
So, are we going to do one question a week?
Yes.
Okay. Where is the whip?
Where is the whip in the Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks?
In the Legend of Zelda Spirit
Where does
Tracks.
Link obtain the whip? Please let us know in the answers. Remember, comment. Be the first one to comment. Like the video, subscribe, and you have a chance to get shouted out on the air. That was improv trivia.
Why are you posing?
I don't know. I figure maybe the pose would help the name.
No.
Doesn't help the name at all.
Doesn't help at all.
Doesn't help the
You have to
name.
work on your naming ability, sir.
I didn't think that throwback gaming was so bad.
It's bad. It's bad.
What would you have named it?
It's not that it's bad. It's just very unoriginal. How do you like that? That kind of hurt you a little bit.
Back in the days of, I got a new. Back in the old days of gaming.
That's the same exact thing you said before. That I said that's even worse.
Back in the yees.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just trying to make a name stick. Can you tell? Back in the good old days of gaming.
Oh,
Maybe I'll do it with an Irish accent.
How about previously released?
That's terrible.
That's terrible? Oh, yeah. You hear it every time you watch Arrow. But when I say it, previously on Arrow.
So
by the way, I watched all of Arrow.
The whole
thing.
Even the new season that just came
Not
out?
the new season. Well, season 5 was the newest.
How did it end? Oh, tell me off air. Did it end where it comes full circle?
Yes. Where
There's a boat?
There's a boat. Somebody says, I will see you on the boat. And somebody has a particular hostage.
On the boat?
On the boat.
Yes.
Yes. Was that the most least?
Yes.
Okay. So yes.
And the place they were at
And the place that they were at is
no longer
yeah.
there.
Well, who knows? We'll see next season, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you think, though? Nice full circle, I think.
Nice full circle. Yeah.
I was very happy with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. It was kind of cool seeing like a particular person kind of get out of their psychoness and start like contributing. You know, even though we all know that that particular person is going to be a bad person.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool.
Spoilers. So that was our new segment previously released.
It's a working title, ladies and gentlemen. We'll figure out something. And let us know in the comments below if you can think of a better title for when we give you releases that happened in yesteryears.
But did you like that idea?
Yeah, that's a cool idea. I like that. And I like the trivia idea.
Yeah, I know you would.
Yeah.
I to be fair, I should have thought of a better improv trivia. Will stay. Finally, we come to the end of the show because God knows Jen's gonna start throwing knives and forks at me. There's that look. She's burning up.
She's hot in the kitchen, man.
So are we. You should be out here. We finally come to the new releases of the week. So Nick, give your little spiel, and then I'm gonna set you up.
Give my little spiel.
I'll be Nick. Hi, I'm Nick. If you know what's coming out, you know, you
can
go out.
Okay, all right. Hey,
but if you, I'm on a roll now.
No. If you know what's coming out, you can get the fuck out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, because this is where we go into new releases of the week, and you don't need to know that. But if you are interested in what's coming out this week, then stay tuned because we like to make a show of this. I don't know if you guys know, but as I previously warned you, we kind of have a good time here on Sunday's live show. There's a whole lot of shenanigans and full
Energy Cycle comes out for PlayStation 4. PlayStation Vita, digital, out the 7th.
As I said,
a new puzzle game from the developers of Energy Balance. When you click each cell of the game's field, it changes color, and the colors of adjacent cells horizontally and vertically. Your task is to bring all the cells to the same color. Sounds pretty easy, but try to do it.
I see what you mean when you say that you're more of a physical person with the improv stuff.
You're up, Mr. Nicholas.
Oh, yeah, because Pete can't pronounce this one. That's why I'm up.
What is it, Nick?
Ninja Usagi Maru. Two Tales of Adventure is an action puzzle game.
What
combo
is it called?
pack. Ninja Usagi Maru. I'll do it again, Pete. Ninja Usagi Maru. Don't fuck with me, Pete.
Don't fuck with me.
Usagi Maru. Ah!
Every time. No. Oh, everything's messed up. Nick, we can't have Nick have nice things.
I hate Pete's touchscreen computer. I always forget about it.
Tell us what, Ninja. Oh,
Yeah. Fuck with me, Pete. Fuck with me. Two Tales of Adventure is an action puzzle game combo pack of both Ninja Usagi Maru games that challenges players to put their sharpened ninja skills to the test. Players assume the role of, wait for it, Usagi Maru, a legendary hero who embarks on a massive quest to save a village from the clutches of vile monsters. Should I do this one also?
Save!
Oh, he looked through it to see if there was anything impronounceable.
Save the Ninja Clan for PlayStation 4 out the 7th. Save the Ninja Clan is a platformer with casual players as well as speedrunners. There are two ways to play this game. Play through the normal story mode or find secrets to annoy the game's managers watching you.
All right. Speedrunners, ladies and gentlemen. PS4 digital out 7/5. A cutthroat multiplayer running game that pits 4 players against each other locally and or online. Run, jump, swing around, and use devious weapons and pickups to knock opponents off screen.
That's you!
That's you!
Comes out for PlayStation 4 digital. Set off on a journey of discovery with up to 5 of your friends and family and find out what you really think about each other. Ooh. Joining the fun is easy.
Ahead so that then you know.
All you need is your phone or tablet, because we don't hate on tablets here. Snap a selfie. Enjoy a ton of funny questions, texting games, and drawing challenges.
See, I was about to say at least Pete's not doing the voices, but then he started doing the voices.
And then everything went to hell.
At the end of that, you started going into the voices. I was about to count the viewers lucky. I was going to count yourself lucky. He's not doing the voices. All he's doing is just very animated readings. Toby, The Secret Mine. PS4, digital, out 7/6. Go with Toby on an eerie adventure in a dark and creepy world full of dangerous situations, enemies, and challenging puzzles. That is all they have to offer. That is it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Improv Gaming comes to you live every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk to you about the top news stories of the week. We talk to you about a topic of the show. We talk to you about previously on gaming. I like that, previously on gaming. And trivia improv. Remember, answer the trivia question.
What are you doing? What?
I'm an Italian today.
What are you doing?
Remember, go. Comment below if you know the answer to the question. Remember, where does Link get the whip and the spirit tracks? Tell me that location. Remember, comment below. Like the video, subscribe. That way you have a chance to be shouted out. And if you keep answering, we'll give you something special.
I don't know what drugs Pete was given. He's a little weird.
Very special.
So I'm gonna end this stream early.